What's good, Chaotic Nation? We're finally back with Draft League, although this time, it's a bit different. As you may have noticed if you're following the live streams, I've been incredibly busy lately, which has not allowed me to fully invest in doing my usual content schedule. That also means that I do not have the capacity to fully invest in coaching a team for Draft League. This season, I have joined the mods for the newly established Global Pokemon Alliance, with a great team of other dedicated staff members. Since I can't compete, I wanted to contribute in another way. I will be providing a weekly recap of the matches from the league, as well as this video on the preseason power rankings of each team in the league. I plan on watching the battles on stream early in the week, likely on Mondays. However, the schedule will likely change every once in a while, since I do have a lot of other things on my plate. Anticipate these streams to be on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the team analysis for this season of the Global Pokemon Alliance. We're going to cover this in draft order, so we'll start with Racecar and the Golden Glaceons. No, they aren't running another snow team and using Glaceon, but they did pick one of, if not the best ice type out there in Chien Pao. Make sure you get your shiny from the mystery gift if you haven't done that yet. Just a fair warning for you out there. You can see the team on the screen. I always look for cores when analyzing a team, and we've got a good Fairy Dragon Steel and Water Fire Grass core. Sun with Ninetales is a good strategy in draft, and the team looks built to function well with weather up. Slitherwings and Walking Wake both are happy to have the sun on the field for photosynthesis, and it can benefit Iron Moth, Leafeon, and Colossal too. There are many options for hazards, and removal is there, albeit Donphan isn't the best remover out there, but it's still pretty solid. My worry with this team is the hyper offense nature with not many good defensive options, and that sometimes can force position to be the real battle that is going on. This is very much a team that is looking to get their sweeper in as early as possible, which could mean some easy 6-0s or some fatal 0-6s. Terra captains are solid. Arbolivo was one of the best mons in draft using Terra early, thanks to stab Terra Blast without using Terra off a good special attack stat. Both Leafeon and Colossal can benefit from Terra as well, whether that's Chlorophyll Terra Leafeon or a Water or Fire resisting Terra to proc Steam Engine on Colossal. I expect Jirachi will have a lot of roles to fill on this team, but it's a great utility Pokemon and likely can make it work pretty well. Good immunities from lower tier mons give them niches and matches, and overall, this is a solid team. Rating? 8 out of 10, and you better have SPF 100 sunscreen for this battle. Scal and the Orange County Oshawotts are next. What a team. Looks incredibly annoying to me. Glittermane is just a great mon, and I think teams will be upset that they didn't get the chance to pick it up. That's a nasty Fairy Dragon Steel core, 2 Paradox Pokemon, and the ever-oppressive Heatran. That's not going to be easy to beat, and it wins my award for the best Fairy Dragon Steel core of the league. Their support is there too. Great Walls and Pivots in Gliscor, Toxapex, and Torkoal. I think we have all hazards present barring webs, which is great when there's a luxury of removers available on this team to keep them away. I'm not sold on Terra Captains. I do think Virizion needs it to be a boon for the team and not a flop. Boosting can occur in the right situations to make it a strong win con in the right matches. I imagine Chinchino is more of a filler, but perhaps it could be a pseudo Splin blocker with Terra Ghost, or run a dirty loaded dice set with Terra Grass, Rock, or Ice. Would have loved to see Cryogonal with Terra, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. Weavile can be strong, but where it really shines on this team is the speed tiers. 135, 125, 115, 108, and 105 is funny with some of the slower uninvested mons that show up in draft leagues. This team looks hard to break, which means it was some good drafting. Rating? 9 out of 10. King Kryptonite and the Phoenix Sun Currents. Yikes. Rain, Swift Swim, Basculegion with Terra is not good for opponents. The first 3 can be brought every week and probably never run the same set. You gotta love the versatility in draft. Rain looks likely, especially with Kilowattrel and Basculegion begging for it. Definitely doesn't need it though. Great team overall. Archaludon looks like it will have a lot of roles to pick up on this team. Double Prankster is a choice, and I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I guess we'll see, but they may even choose to use their other abilities too. Terra Kilowattrel is nice with the speed stat, plus being able to swap physically or specially week to week is pretty nice. Wo-Chien might be a tough cookie, especially with Terra. It 100% wants to be defensive, which should be a boon to its longevity. Kinda sad that Crocalor is there without Terra, but it's still a great value as a lower tier pickup. Iron Valiant and Landorus will be quite an offensive pair for this team, but getting rid of one could spell trouble for the team in a battle. Overall, pretty solid team. Rating, 8 out of 10. RDG Dom and the Pristine Primarinas. You could sell me on just Urshifu, honestly. Supporting cast looks great too. Gudra, Rotom, Tornadus with regen, Scarm gives many reliable switch-ins as well. A good bit of immunities on this team will make predictions important. Would love to see Skarmory reprise its roles of hazard stacking from earlier generations. Also, Libero Cinderace should always be notable in prep. It could be the best way to get rid of hazards with court change, unless you want to defog all the time. I'm not a fan of Terra Gudra. Steel and Dragon is such a good type that I find it hard to use unless everything else goes wrong, and a better lower tier Terra could have been added, such as Salazzle or Brute Bonnet. Meloetta is interesting. I don't see Pirouette getting used too much, since it's a lot to get the form changed and then get an appropriate boost to help benefit it. Definitely interesting with Terra because of the stat changes though in between forms, and there's a niche there alright. A ghost type would slap on this team, but not every game can be won with hazards. Definitely build around Urshifu's fairy weakness, which may open the door for anti-fairy counters to do some work. The speed on this team is also something to look out for. Priority Comfey is annoying at best if it has good matchups. Do I want to talk about Brute Bonnet? Not really. Let's just say there's mushroom to do cool things. Pivoting will definitely be a boon for this team. Good team overall. Official rating, 7 out of 10. Big Time Beans and the Cleveland of the Wares. Ew, ew, ew. How did they let this team happen? Terapagos practically gets a free turn at bat every time it comes in. There's a few phenomenal lead options for this team. Side note for the moderators here. Can we implement a choice item limit? I think this team's going to need it. Top 4 come every week. It's as simple as that. Glad to see Lando T and Weezing helping with the ground weakness. Sucks that Weezing will probably have to be stuck on Levitate though, because it really needs to counter that weakness. Love all the Terras on this team. Definitely don't expect Raichu much, but the other two can pop off with some really nasty combos. I love the idea of an immunity to help with eruption plays. Many great sweeping options exist on this team too, between D-Dance for Alligator, Necrozma's many sets, SD your nasty Lucario, Eruption Spam, and the Crit Cat machine. Phenomenal team. Kricketune is definitely the weak link, but Sashed Webs definitely is a good niche because speed wins games. Overall, a playoffs competitive team, and that's not just because I got slipped 20 bucks to say that, not that we're taking bribes to make the ratings go up. Official rating, 9.5 out of 10. Joseph Agat and the Carolina Croconaws. I hate this team. I hate this team because I hate how good it can be. A very annoying Fairy Dragon Steel Core, and it doesn't matter if the dragon is Dragapult or Hydrapple, so why not run both? This team reminds me of a Friends episode. Pivot! Pivot! Yeah, call these guys to move your couch because they'll get it done. That works well for Palafin, who wants to GTFO ASAP. Not a big fan of Rotom Heat for this team. Sure, it pivots, but I don't think it's a great fire type. I think we see the top 5 come every week because they are just that good, and what ain't broke, don't fix, which is how the rich get richer, and is why I accept bribes to raise your ratings. We can choose what we need from the back to support the top 5. We have Special Walls and Blissey or Florges, Ground Immunity and Azelf or Rotom, Intimidate Cycling with Hitmontop. Yep, it's pretty much pick your poison. Oh, speaking of poison, Overqwil feels great on this team. Just wanted to make a point of that since it felt left out. Very nice team. Official rating, 8 out of 10. Clockworks Kansas City Torrent. They let Clock in this league? Seriously? I guess I should be questioning more about how they got this team though, because dang, I'm a big fan. I feel Darkrai was a steal for 17 points. It's such a deterrent in prep, and we get Dragonite, Ogerpon, Great Tusk, and Mew to pair with it. Hey Clock, if you ever need a break, I'm glad to take over this team. Bias aside, the Fairy Dragon Steel Core leaves something to be desired. Tinkatink isn't cutting it for me. Don't get me started on the Firewater Grass Core because of the pass on the grass. Okay, I guess Ogerpon counts, but I wrote that joke in the script and I'm not deleting it. Grass Terra Shandy looks nutty to me. Another team where the top 5 comes every week and we wonder what Oricorio farm will get paired with it. Just kidding, I'd be surprised if the bird ever got flipped out on the battlefield this season. It sucks to be stuck in the middle. I mentioned Terra Chandelure and purposely left out the others because I think that's just a phenomenal button to press every single week. Shandy is already pretty good and Terra is just fuel for the fire. I guess Dragalge and Lapras can be pretty good defensive Terras, and hey, Water Absorb makes for some funny Terra interactions. Solid teams in the hand of a great coach. Definitely something to look out for. I'm just looking forward to some amusing battles. Official rating, 8.5 out of 10. Threads Chipotle Choodle. Spicy. Gouging Fire is a choice? Round 1? Better to get it than miss it, I guess. Grim doesn't belong in a Fairy Dragon Steel Core in my opinion. It wants to do too many niche things that takes away from being a Fairy Core Mon. However, with Terra, I'm inclined to believe that it will be pretty nice. Love the P.E.K.K.A Runt grab for spin blocking, although the setters may not be the best. Serena might be good for just Queenly Majesty, but that's something. Makes priority that much harder to use. Double Prankster again? Is this a joke that I'm missing? Thunderous probably wants to run Defiant in a few matches I can think of. The team feels a little slow to me overall, but that just might be me, or anybody with moderate vision. Do I expect it to matter too much? Not really. Gligar really feels like the only one in the bottom half that would like to show up. Well, I guess Terra Quag. Actually, that might be my favorite Terra on the team. Oblivious Terra can be massive for defensive control and not dying to a single blade of grass from my lawn clippings this morning. I feel like this team is missing a certain je ne sais quoi, but I'm not sure if that's relying on Thundy and its path for speed control, hoping Gouging Fire can carry in the damage department, or praying that this was a mock draft instead of the actual one. I wish Gouging Fire got supported with some reliable Sun and maybe some more stable cores. Official rating, 7 out of 10. The Alto Mare Guardians, coached by Michael. Not sure what Michael we're referring to. Could be a painter, could be a turtle with nunchucks. Either way, your pea-sized brain couldn't possibly understand the masterclass that happened with this draft. Greninja wins games, and for my people in the back, Greninja wins games. A stupid tough defensive core in the back headed up by Zapdos, which is shiny by the way if you didn't notice. I'm pretty sure a nuke would have trouble breaking this team. Forget the bottom 4, I'm running the top 6 every single week. Terras down there make prep ridiculous. These are mons that can benefit from many different Terra types, so good luck. I doubt Fortress will get to use Terra though, since it likely wants to set hazards and be a spinner. But I can think of many better types to be than Bug Steel. I would love to see Terra Ice and some really bad jokes on this team. Feel free to borrow from this script if you need any references. Speaking of jokes, Trevenant! I hope your ghost type is for spin blocking, because that might make you useful. Oh wait, we have a monkey that's so mad it's dead? Yeah, somebody plant that tree on the bench and leave it there. Can I put some last respects on my guy Clefable? Fits the team so well, and man, I love me some Moon Called Aliens. Playoffs are very possible if the cards are played adequately. Official rating, 8 out of 10. The Boston Celebies, coached by Banzai Muskrat. Good luck with the Roaring Moon. That's all I want to say there. Not sure first round is where I would have grabbed it. Actually, I never would have grabbed it in the first place, but hey, better men have gotten to do great things, and let's hope Banzai is that guy. Love the pairing with Corviknight and Hatterene though, and dang, Trick Room could be nuts for this team. Iron Bundle is a great supplement for the speed control on this team too. It definitely could be a boon for Roaring Moon that definitely needs speed boost. I wonder why Volcarona wasn't a Terra captain, and then I realized that it couldn't be. I'm glad I don't have to critique that as a blunder now, and I can label it as a misfortunate occurrence on the moderator's part instead. Speaking of Terra captains, Knacklestack is the GOAT when it comes to Terras. Expect a lot of Terra water, but there's quite a few types that it can make use of as well. I look to that as my first pick for every team that I build, if I was coaching this team. I think there's a lot of reliance on setup for this team. That's not a bad thing, it just means that every turn matters that much more for this team. You gotta bring Clodsire every week too. That thing is thick, with 7 Cs, which is where its opponents will be drowning from all the tears they are crying when they're facing this. Weakness policy for Rigorath might just be too fun to ignore this season. I really like that as a pick for this team to add unnecessary caution in move selection. Oh yeah, Ogerpon definitely will be fun with an item of your choice. I hope someone got what I was doing there. Overall, really solid team, and I sincerely hope Roaring Moon doesn't become a yelling doom for your team. Official rating, 7.5 out of 10, and we hope the moon in question isn't getting caught with your pants down. X-Phantom's West Palm Lugias. I'm placing all my money on this team. That may be a joke, but you should probably take it as a threat. You'll be better off if you do. An interesting Fairy Dragon Steel Core. Not sure I'm sold on Sylveon, but it definitely can do work in the right circumstances. That top 3 might just be the best top 3 in the league. No, you know what? That is the best top 3 in the league. Credit where credit is due and all. Heartflame is annoying to deal with in any situation. It's like the starter types just work well together, like they should be a core or something. Monkey Dory is good for the budget. Choice items shore up that pretty nicely. I really want to like Thunderous Tea for this team, but I just can't truly say that. I just wish it were faster, I guess. Speaking of faster, I don't know if 110 on Ogerpon is going to cut it, especially when you're locked into an item. Speed control is very important for this team, unless it decides to make its theme song Despacito, which might be appropriate. Really good for the branding too, I guess. But Chaos uses Cyclosaur base 121 speed? Ah, yes, you are correct, voice in my head. That makes me question my own sanity. However, I don't see it getting much done, apart from revenge kills, even with Terra, which makes it marginally better. I'm not a big fan of the other Terras either. Avalog is probably the designated Terra captain in my mind, and that just might be for hazards, or you could run a funnier set with Sturdy Mirror Coat. Dun dun dun! Isn't terrible as a Terra captain either, I just think there are better options. It works well with its utility, so Terra wouldn't be at the front of my mind for it. Can't leave out Trapinch, which has an incredibly funny niche. Give it Terra! It wants choice band, Terra bug, first impression, more than your mom wants this. Sheesh. Glad that wasn't your first impression of me. Overall, a team that's a little slow, but good. Official rating, 7 out of 10. Gordon's Untitled Archon team. First, just because Untitled is in the team's name, doesn't mean it's untitled. Second, where's the Archon pick? Branding! Have you learned nothing from all of our marketing seminars? I'm seriously second guessing my best top 3 award with this team. Garchomp isn't as good as it used to be, but it will never stop being good, especially in draft. Spectrier feels like a one-trick pony, pun intended. Not a bad trick either when you can get in fairly easy and then boost to victory. Despite how this board looks, that is the true first round pick in my mind. How Sneasler made it to the 3rd round makes me think there was a blind spot on every single draft board because it easily could have gone earlier. We interrupt this report to bring you a fantastic Firewater Grass core. The best in the league with many close behind it. Terra Azu would be capital FU fun. Chiyu is a menace. Bronzong feels like a good defensive staple. Unfortunately, it probably has to come every week and it will likely be predictable by week 2. It's a top heavy team for sure. I'm begging for Terra Weird to pop off. Call me Donkey cause I'm a believer. I would have invested more time to finding a niche lower tier Terra captain that would be a boon for this team. I feel like the choices are lacking in that department. I'd be willing to supplement my lower picks for a good solid lower tier Mon that the other teams would be forced to prep for. Good team all things considered. Rating, unranked. Just kidding, 6 out of 10, not bad. And for the final team, it's you, the fans! Thanks for watching this far and supporting this new expedition of Draft League with me. I look forward to seeing you on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. EST on twitch.tv/chaos6 to watch the matches together and to get my fresh takes on the battle. I'm going to try and not watch the matches as much as possible before the streams because I don't want to have bias coming into it. You have no idea how difficult that is because while I was writing the script, a battle has already been completed and the grace period literally just ended. But hey, that's Draft League for you. I'll also have VODs on my VODs channel if you want to go back and watch my thoughts on the matches too. It'll be linked in the description below, so please go subscribe to it as well. Please show your support to the GPA by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel for my inevitable return to Draft League in future seasons. I appreciate the support from our coaches, our moderators, and our fans. Check out my other platforms as well. I promise the script is 100% authentic chaos, and if you enjoyed it, I'm sure you enjoy my other content as well. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos signing off. Stay safe, good luck coaches, and as always, burn it up.